Does anybody know what today is? That's right, it's 1940. That's right. And we are gonna make a vintage recipe. It sounds pretty good, I think. It's called Northwood beans. That's right. Because they say that fine foods needn't be expensive. At least that's the slogan for this recipe, supposedly. So let's get to it. All right, so for this recipe, we're gonna need 4 onions. Okay, so now they have to be cut really carefully. Now you're supposed to cut off the butt end, if you will, and cut off the top end, like so. And then obviously take off the skin part here. Let's see if we can do this. And you have to cut it down far enough that you can push out like the center, but you want to keep the rest. So I'm sure there's a real art to this, and I'm not sure what that art is. I think maybe I have to cut it a little deeper. Let's see. If I cut it down to there. Oh boy, I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be crying. I'm feeling it, feeling the tears, guys. Okay, now you're supposed to push out like the center, kind of hollow it out. So I'm gonna work on that. I'll get right back to you on that. Okay, so for the next step, we gotta take a loaf pan. Now you're supposed to use vegetable oil. I'm not a vegetable oil. Don't tell anybody I'm using olive oil. Okay, but if you have vegetable oil, that's that's what the recipe calls for. You're supposed to put about a tablespoon in the bottom of the pan. And then just kind of, do this. You know what I'm saying. Now you want to take your 4 hollowed out onions and put them so that they're whole side up in this in the pan. There you go, like that. All right, now we're gonna set that to the side and get on to the next step. Alrighty now, you're supposed to take it said 1 pound can. I only could find 16-ounce cans, so I'm using that of pork and beans, and put that on into a bowl. Okay, like so. I didn't see any pork in there, just saying. And 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Did that look like a tablespoon? I think so. And 1/4 cup of diced up bell pepper. And we're supposed to mix this all together. Like so. This is going to be amazing, guys. This is just going to be amazing. Fine food needn't be expensive. Alrighty, now we're getting fancy here. We've got our bean mixture all set. Now you're supposed to start by filling the onion holes. So I'm going to ladle 1 spoon into each one of these holes first, so I make sure I have enough. Like so. And then the rest of it just gets poured in. Boy, this is going to be something. I'm thinking of, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to credit this recipe with. I'm going to have to look that up again. But, yeah. And we're going to see if this is going to get added to my little recipe book. Next, you need to get ketchup, just regular old ketchup. And you're supposed to put about between 1 cup and 3/4 cup on the top. So I'm guessing kind of like so. Oh yeah, here we go. Like that. Okay, there you go. And there you have it. This is the Norwood beans. That's right. It's going to be so delicious. Now we got to put this in the oven at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. And then I'm going to let it cool enough so we don't burn our mouths. And then it'll be time for a tasty taste. What do you think? Alrighty, these Northwood beans sure are looking good. They are super warm. Almost burned my fingers, but all right, let's serve some up. And yeah, I think I'm gonna serve up like 1 to each of us, do you think? Or should I do 2? I'm hoping that, I cooked them as long as it said, but I'm really hoping that it made the onions tender because, just saying. There you go, look at that. Doesn't that look yum? Right? If nothing else, they look good and they smell good. So I'm hoping they taste good. I'm serving up both because I'm hoping that they're that good. That's what I'm hoping. And they serve up and look really, really good. I'm just saying, look at this. Would you look at that, right? Am I right? Should I serve you a plate too? Alrighty then, it's time for the tasty taste. Alrighty, from the 1940s, Northwood beans, right? And they say that fine food doesn't have to be expensive, according to their slogan with this recipe. So there we go. It's supposed to be really hearty, and like people would ask for this like in place of ordering a steak, according to the recipe. Just saying.
It's just, surprise! There's beans in there too.
I can't get away from them. So yeah, I served them with steak knives. Now I cooked them as long as they said to, so I'm hoping that they're tender. I'm just saying. I mean, I cried peeling these. I cried. Okay. I think I'm supposed to get a little of something of everything, right?
I think the choice of bean could have been different.
If I had the choice of ordering this or steak, I'm not a big steak eater, but...
This is like vegan meatloaf, is what this gives off.
Reminds me of something you'd make camping. Like, and you do this like over like a Dutch oven, like a cast iron thing on a campfire.
I mean, like, it'll fill you up.
Well, you know, some of these vintage recipes, you know, they didn't have like a lot of...
That's what they had.
Yeah, selections, and you know, it wasn't like now how, I mean, oh my gosh, I need one little thing or want one little thing. You just run out to the market, or people DoorDash it, or whatever they do. But
It's
I don't
good for your heart, I guess.
yeah, I don't think you'll get this from DoorDash.
No.
Good thing you have me.
Bye.